Good evening, everyone. This is Yuri K, and this is an important message to anyone that is suffering with mental illness. I want you to always remember that you're not alone, and there's plenty of facilities and people that are willing to help and listen. Help is one Google search or a call away, so please don't hesitate. There's still goodness in this world, and people that are willing to lend a hand. The reason why I say this is because these 3 stories are extremely graphic as well as very disturbing. So with that being said, listeners' discretion is advised. Now on to the stories. The Darkness Below. A young woman by the name of Olivia Nasirian, aged 24, is accused of stabbing her 2-year-old daughter in the city of Kitengela, just 20 miles from Kenya's capital of Nairobi. She appeared in court Tuesday, April 25, 2023, with the chief magistrate ordering her to stay in custody for an additional 10 days as the investigation continues. Chief of the investigation, Benson Mutia, requested to be given more time to investigate the situation. He wanted to establish whether Nasirian was normal or was suffering from mental illness. A hearing was set for May 8, 2023. Olivia returned home a week before the incident from living with her boyfriend for nearly 8 months in Kirinyaga. The young woman's aunt, Gladys Wunjiku, said her niece seemed to be completely fine at first, but as that Sunday approached, she started to notice her strange behaviors. Family members also added that she was in a trance-like state before the horrors occurred. What she did to her own baby is utterly inhumane, to say the least. Witnesses reported that the young woman began to speak in tongues and destroy things around the residence. The neighbors also claimed that she began to chase the dog around the house before unfortunately attacking her child. The witnesses watched through the window as an Assyrian was naked sharpening a kitchen knife while singing familiar nursery rhymes and hymns, as well as obsessively reciting the alphabet. She then reportedly stabbed the baby multiple times. One neighbor said she was also chanting, "You will never cry again, my baby. You will forever sleep. I love you, my daughter." End quote. They then recalled desperately trying to get inside the residence as they heard the loud commotion. Despite their best efforts, they weren't able to break into the property, meaning they were left to watch helplessly as she plunged the knife into the toddler's torso. The neighbors recalled hearing the baby's horrific screams as she cried out for her mother. Another distraught witness added the woman ate her baby's liver as they watched. She removed other internal organs from the body. Nasirian then fell unconscious once they were finally able to enter the home. Olivia was taken to the same Kitengela hospital where her daughter's body laid in a morgue. Spectators also added that it was almost as she ritualistically unalived her child.
What is this?
Kitengela woman who killed her daughter in Kitengela by stabbing wherever 100 times and eating her intestines and kidney, was today arraigned in court. The woman who was filmed butchering her daughter will be held in police custody for 10 days pending investigations.
At around 3 a.m. on February 23, 2022, a woman named Tara Pekanich, the mother of the victim, made the horrifying discovery of her son's severed head in a bucket in her basement, according to the criminal reports. The authorities quickly arrived at the home on the west side of Green Bay and were told by the victim's mother that Shabiznes was the last person to have seen him alive. Taylor Shabiznes, a 25-year-old married woman, is married to a man named Warren and recently had become a mother to a son. This woman was having an affair and is later charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilation of a corpse, and third-degree SA of her lover, Shad Thyrian, in February 2022. The authorities quickly caught up with Taylor, who was reportedly found in her home with dry blood on her clothing and hands. Upon searching her vehicle, police found a box with additional human body parts, including legs, and the victim's penis was also found. More of the victim's body parts were later recovered, including an upper torso and other internal organs in a storage tote, according to local news. When police interviewed Shabiznes and asked her what happened, she reportedly responded, "That's a good question," and claimed to have blacked out. She and the victim had allegedly been together on February 22nd, smoking meth and having relations. Shabiznes said she incorporated chains into the activities. She strangled the victim after going, quote, crazy. She did not mean to kill him, but she liked choking him until he was no longer breathing. Shabiznes then allegedly told officers that she mutilated Thyrian's body with knives she found in the kitchen and SA'd his corpse. The medical examiner later confirmed that the victim died of strangulation. Shabiznes told the police that they were going to have fun trying to find all of the organs as she dismembered the body. She also told detectives that most of the body parts should be in the basement, but there should be a foot or a leg in a minivan. Shabiznes has pleaded not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. She is being held on a $2 million cash bond, and she will face life in prison if convicted.
An accused killer who attacked her former attorney during a court hearing was found competent to stand trial. Taylor Shabiznes is accused of killing and dismembering her boyfriend last year in Wisconsin. She had pleaded not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect, but a court-appointed doctor testified during a competency hearing that she is fit to stand trial. A judge accepted the findings.
The case of 32-year-old Chad Dorman is one of the country's most unique and mysteriously heartbreaking cases to date. Since the story has been released to the public, it has terrified the subtle hearts of citizens nationwide. The man allegedly shot and killed his 3 boys in Claremont County Thursday, June 15th of 2023, and their father has been arrested and charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder after deputies found him at the scene of the shooting. Dispatch received 2 alarming calls Thursday just after 4 p.m. One from a woman yelling, "Her babies has been shot," which is the wife and the mother, Lauren Hensley, 34, was also outside the house and suffered a gunshot wound to the hand, trying to prevent the father from harming his kids. Another call came from a person driving who reportedly seen a 14-year-old Alexis, the older daughter, running down the road to a nearby fire station saying that her father was killing everyone, the report says. The Ohio native lined up his 3 innocent children, Hunter, Clayton, and Chase, shooting them all execution style. The boys were ages 3, 4, and 7. One of the boys was able to flee into a field near the home, and sadly the father hunted his son down, drug him back to the front of the property, and executed him in front of witnesses. When the deputies arrived to the home on the 1900 block of Laurel Lindale Road in Monroe Township, about 25 miles southwest of Cincinnati, they found Dorman sitting on a step outside the home calmly with the rifle beside him while his children's lifeless bodies were laying in the front yard. The paramedics came to the scene and performed life-saving measures, but to no avail. Dorman was detained at the home without incident and was interviewed by the detectives. David Gass, with the Claremont County Prosecutor's Office, said Dorman planned out the events for several months before the event happened. Dorman appeared visibly emotional during his Friday appearance in court, where he wore a green bulletproof vest and cried as prosecutors described the horror that unfolded Thursday. He is being held in the Claremont County Jail on a bond of $20 million. Officials tried to come to the conclusion, but they later found that there wasn't any motive.
You show me your hands now! Stand up and walk to me!
That was the first contact made with Chad Dorman, now charged with the murder of his 3 sons, ages 3, 4, and 7.
Stand up now!
You can see a rifle next to him. Moments later, the father is taken into custody without a struggle.
Stand up! Stand up!
EMS is safe and air clear, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply whenever any units can advise.
Get your hands up.
A few seconds later in the video, you can hear one of the deputies asking Dorman what was going on. He responds calmly, saying nothing. The children's bodies laying just feet away in the front yard.
Good evening, everyone. This is Yuri K, and this is the end of the video. If you happen to enjoy this content, then please like and share amongst your friends and family. Make sure you comment any suggestions about this page to make it better. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. It's free, and you can change it in the future. Also, make sure that you hit that notification bell so that way you never miss a video. You happen to have story suggestions? Please send it to my email, darknessbelowstories@gmail.com. But until then, you guys stay safe out there. And remember to always be afraid of the dark.